From the very beginning, only one version of what happened was considered by the West, that MH17 was shot down by separatists with a Buk surface-to-air missile launcher.
One single air-to-air missile on a plane the size of a 777 Boeing would just switch off the engine. Air-to-air missiles have just 3 to 5 kilograms of high explosives. You know, this is now a surface-to-surface missile, so it's not a surface-to-air missile, but the design is quite similar to that of the Buk, because you also have a propulsion part back here, and you have the warhead here. And for the Buk missile, there's 70 kilograms of explosives sitting here. We remodeled the Buk system with our simulation tools, potential flight paths, and it is a plausible explanation that a Buk system could have brought down that aircraft.
You can study the whole world behind your laptop, but the best thing you can do is you check the spot yourself. And in the 1 week I was there, I learned more about MH17 case than the whole year behind my laptop. They call it Delft's Blauw. And it must have been bought by one of the passengers. And the guy I interviewed, he gave it to me. He said, "You're the first guy from the West who listens to me and takes me seriously." I cannot keep the subjects I got from the crash site, like I have shrapnel, I have part of the Boeing. And you can see it was hit, this piece, by an explosion probably. And it was hit all four sides at the same time. They were pressured, which I find very strange from an outside explosive, but I'm not the expert. But I think possibly this could be a very important piece of evidence. I offer it to the official investigators. They don't even contact me to make an appointment to pick it up.
How long has it been?
Now it is more than 3 weeks ago.
Over the past year, Russian media has been voicing a different version, namely that the Malaysian Boeing was shot down by a Ukrainian military jet.
I thought that the story of a plane attacking the Boeing is a propaganda of Russia. I stayed in Kiev before and with activists there. When I reached that place at the crash site, my first impression was quite eye-opening, because I saw that the mass media coverage saying that, or claiming that it's a very large field of 35 or even 50 square kilometers of wreckages, which gives a conclusion for people that the plane was smashed into pieces in the air, is not true. We have actually two places where MH17 came down. I started to ask people around there, what did you see, what happened?
Я выбежал во двор, на улицу побежал посмотреть. И видел, как самолет, далеко-далеко самолет выпустил ракету. И потом из-за тучи, из-за тучи уже падал самолет кувырком. Вот. И там одна часть падала на землю, а вторая часть улетала дальше, на другой поселок.
This man says, Markus Benzmann, journalist from Germany, that Buk missile was shot from this field. Did you see a trail in the sky in this day?
Видели вы след от Бука?
Нет, следа от Бука я не видел. Ни с какой стороны.
I wanted to find somebody who saw the chemtrail.
Yeah, I want to find that person too.
But I didn't.
Dutch journalist Mr. Akkermans, however, insists that 4 months after the tragedy he found parts of a Buk missile among the MH17 fragments.
Kijk.
What about evidence that were brought to you by Mr. Akkermans?
It's hard to say anything about these fragments. They could be from anything. So it was not that convincing. I would not say they are very hard evidence. They are just one small piece of a big puzzle.
Do you know who did a chemical analysis of Mr. Ackermann's fragments?
No, I think you should ask Mr. Ackermans for that.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk to us. That's interesting.
That's strange.
He refused an interview.
Don't have anything to hide, and I would rather have the whole story explained. So I'm trying to figure out what actually happened. And I'm open to any theories.
Sadly, other Western experts also refused to be interviewed.
не только мое мнение, а многие видели, что именно под гражданскими летали военные самолеты. Особенно после обеда гражданских рейсов очень много было здесь. Пролетают гражданские, начинается бомбежка.
Выхожу, раз самолет, оттуда летит боевой, чуть-чуть выше этого леса, 50 метров. А потом я глядь, вот этот пассажирский, оттуда, и он теперь раз вот так, и навстречу пассажирскому кебуху, и вот сюда, в передок. И он сразу вспышка, раз голубой, а потом черный.
А пассажирский на какой высоте был?
Он тоже от курятника тоже метров 100, он не высоко.
Но был целый, правильно?
Целый, да, еще целый был. Вот это сам вентилятор, я ж видел, это хорошо, я ж вот так смотрел, что вот это само как раз это и вентилятор был. А вот тут уже его добывал.
Получается, несколько раз по самолету били.
Я не знаю, як там оно было.
John Kerry immediately said, we saw the missile start, we saw it fly, we saw it hit the plane. We have all the overwhelming evidence Russia is behind this. Okay, then show us the evidence. So it's almost a year ago since the crash happened, and still we don't know anything. We don't even know for sure what the weapon is.
What did they tell you in Amsterdam? What they're doing there with these pieces?
They wouldn't comment. Last time we were there in October, we were told that the final report will come out on 15th of June.
Yeah.
And now they postponed it to October.
You know that for sure, that it was postponed.
We wrote them an email, and it came back that the procedure is complicated, we need more time.
When I look at my country, the Netherlands, as an official head of the investigation, we are part of NATO. We are part of an anti-Russian alliance. So we are not independent investigators. It is something that the United Nations should have investigated, and not a biased country like the Netherlands. How can you do an investigation if Ukraine, one of the possible murderers, is part of the investigation and delivers evidence that he collected? I mean, this is ridiculous. Well, what is proved is that the Ukrainians, they fired at the crash site with heavy mortars, with rockets, and there are craters like 3 meters deep. And really you have to ask yourself, who benefits from hiding evidence and from trying to distort the investigation? It's the party who did it.